have a lot of it in our bodies, and we make less as we get older, and we destroy more as we get older. We need to raise that back up. And so typically, if you're my age, I'm 52 now, I would have about half the levels that I had when I was 20. So the idea is to supplement and to get those levels back up. Why? Because there are enzymes that control longevity. Sirtuins are the enzymes we work on, and they need NAD. So do DNA repair enzymes. There's a protein called PARP1 that needs NAD. And so how do you raise NAD? Well, you can fast, you can exercise, you can also supplement that kind of a lifestyle with supplements. I'll be very careful to say when it's a mouse study versus a human study. We do know from some human studies and a lot of mouse studies that you can raise NAD levels in the body. So let me tell you how to do that. Some people take NAD. Now, I don't think that's the best way given what I know about biology and cells, because NAD is a very big molecule and it doesn't get taken up into cells very readily. And probably what's happening in the body is if you have an IV of NAD, it's first broken down into its constituents, the precursors, and then rebuilt. So if you're going to take it orally, so take a pill, it can be sublingual, can be swallowed just as a powder or a capsule. I do the capsules every morning with some water. What you want to do is take a precursor. So how do you build NAD? What does the cell do? It needs various components. NAD stands for nicotinamide, adenine, dinucleotide, and those are 3 components that you need. So the nicotinamide part of it, you can get as vitamin B3. But I don't recommend to raise NAD levels by taking vitamin B3, also known as niacin or niacinamide or nicotinic acid. This is just one part of a big molecule you need to build. So you want to give all the components. So what are the other components? There's the adenine, which is a sugary molecule. And then there's a phosphate, which is phosphorus, which is oxygen and phosphorus put together. So nicotinamide is vitamin B3. The sugar is the adenine. Now those two put together is NR, nicotinamide riboside. So you got 2 out of 3 components. But if you take NR, you still need that phosphate. So phosphate, where do you get phosphate in the body? Well, it's in your bones, it's in your DNA. Your body needs to either take it from the outside or bring it from your bones or your DNA. So the other molecule, the one that I take, is NMN, nicotinamide, right? Vitamin B3, mononucleotide, which has the sugar in the middle. It's called a ribose. And then the phosphate is also on there. And it's got the 3 main components to make NAD. Okay. And so what we find in our experiments in mice, and it seems true in humans, though we do need some more research, is that if you take NMN, it raises NAD more readily to higher levels because you've got all 3 of the components to build NAD. Whereas with NR, you only have 2 out of the 3. You just take niacin or nicotinamide, you've got 1 out of the 3. But it doesn't mean that if you take any of those, it won't help. I just take NMN because I think that it raises NAD levels the highest when you take it. And some people say, do you need IV? Do you need sublingual? How should you take it? Well, what I've done and with my colleagues at Harvard is test it in people. And what happens is if you take NMN over a certain amount of time, which is about 2 weeks, it'll steadily rise up to about 2 times the normal levels of what I would have. And so that's what I do. But you don't need to do anything fancy. You just swallow it and it seems to get in quite fine into the body and raise those NAD levels. And why do you do that? Because we think that the body's natural defenses against aging are heightened like we're young again. And there are some studies already that show that people have more endurance, more oxygen capacity, which is what we see in mice.